Welcome back. The 6th edition of the Namibia International Energy Conference 2024 will take place from the 23rd to the 25th of April 2024 in Windhoek. We now delve into the details and gain a deep understanding of what this conference has in store and its potential impact on Namibia's energy future with Ndapewoshali Shapwanale, who is the communications specialist of RECON Africa. Ndapewoshali, good evening and welcome to the show.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having me.
Talk to us about, firstly, the main objectives and goals of the 6th edition of the Namibia International Energy Conference.
Well, thank you so much for the question. I think that the theme really captures what it is that the organizers aim to do and what it is that the discourse is. And that is really reimagining a resource-rich Namibia, turning possibilities into prosperity. And if we look at where the conference started 12 years ago and where it is now, a part of the first conversations were a road to discovery. And now we are here, we have discovered. So how do we reimagine these possibilities? Because in the past, the possibilities were the possibilities of discovery. Now we have discovery. So how do we reimagine this, turning possibilities into prosperity?
Mm-hmm. And how does the theme, guide the discussions and initiatives of the conference, which is Reimagine Resource-Rich Namibia, turning possibilities into prosperity, as you mentioned?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, can you just repeat that? You're a bit low.
No problem. My question was how the theme, reimagining resource-rich Namibia, turning possibilities into prosperity, how this theme guides the discussions and initiatives for the conference.
Yeah, I think it's a clear map, it's a clear roadmap, it's a clear compass, because if you look at where we are, we find ourselves in a very opportune position as Namibia at this stage. And other countries have discovered in the past, they have produced, and we have just discovered, and we now have this opportunity to learn from others. We have this opportunity to have the conversations, to have the discourse, to see that how can we do it, how can we learn from, how can we emulate the good examples, and how we can also look at the mistakes that were done so that we can avoid them and also look at the lessons. So that is what the conversation, in my view, would be, or what I expect the conversations to be. It's really just to look at what is it, since we are in this most opportune time, what is it that we need to speak about, have conversations about, have discourse about in shaping a proper energy sector, a proper oil and gas sector.
And on that note, talk to us about the key topics or focus areas that will be addressed and dissected during the conference sessions.
Mm-hmm. Yes, looking at the program, you can definitely see that there is conversation about regulatory. What I definitely look forward to is the Namibian content conversation, and this is really just looking at maximizing the value chain. And the topic about local content is being spoken about so many times. And one element that we need to really focus on is impactful and meaningful participation, and that is what maximizing the value chain really is, and that speaks to the heart of the conversation when it comes to Namibian content. So those are some of the topics that we can look forward to, and the ones that I really think that will shape a lot of the upcoming activity and how we meaningfully participate and also benefit from this sector. I think also the fact that we have the Secretary General of OPEC coming to address the gathering is one very big important step, because we then here get to listen to what the world is saying about oil and gas, but then also the conversations around renewable energy, the conversations around not only just green hydrogen, but renewable energy as a whole. Those are also some of the conversations that we can expect, that I personally look forward to.
Other than the SG of OPEC, can you highlight any other notable speakers or panelists that will be sharing their insight and expertise?
Absolutely. We have the Petroleum Commissioner, Maggie Shino. We have the Head of Exploration, Victoria Sibea. We have several speakers from Nigeria, from Angola, from South Africa. We have speakers from Singapore. We have NJ Ayuk from Africa Energy Chamber. We have the Chief Executive Officer and President of Reconnaissance Energy Africa, who has decades of experience in not only raising, but also discovering and in the oil sector. That's Brian Rainborough. We have the Vice President and Country General Manager of RECON Namibia, Robert Mwanachilenga. These are some of the speakers that I really look forward to listening to. And that is just really me mentioning at the top of my head, but very rich conversation that we can expect because of the quality of speakers and the quality of panelists that are taking part in the discourse and conversation.
Fantastic. Well, Ndapewoshali, that's all the time we have this evening, but thank you so much for joining us this evening and all the best to the conference.
Thank you so much. I hope to see you there.
That was Ndapewoshali Shapwanale, who is the communications specialist of RECON Africa, speaking to us about the Namibia International Energy Conference taking place from the 23rd to the 25th of April in Windhoek. We'll be right back.